Hello, I'm going to go over Module 2, Lesson 5-9 for the review, for the progress check tomorrow. The directions say solve using the standard algorithm. Use area model only if it helps you get to standard algorithm. So you do not have to use area model unless it helps you get to standard algorithm. However, you do have to show standard algorithm on the progress check to show that you know how to do it. So let's go ahead and look at question number 1. So we line our 3-digit number up first and then our 2-digit number. So 345 times 12. And you just write it just like I did here. And then I start with my first digit, which is a 2. Let me erase that just so I get the 2 in the green, which is 2. And I just go 2 times 5 is 10, 0, carry your 1. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. 2 times 3 is 6. And there's nothing to add because there's nothing that was left over from 2 times 4. And then we'll go ahead and use blue for the 1. I do the second digit. When I get to the second digit, I need to add my 0, the hero. You must have this place value holder. Then you do 1 times 5, 1 times 4, 1 times 3. And then the last step is just add it up. Make sure your digits are lined up correctly. And then line it up. So 0 plus 0 is 0. 9 plus 5 is 14. 6 plus 4 plus 1 is 11. And then 3 plus 1 is 4. So your final answer is 4,140. Number 2. So you're going to take your 3-digit number, line it up, then put your 2-digit number underneath. It's always best to do your highest place value number, the one that has more digits, on the top, and then the one with the less place value digits on the bottom. Just because it will be, you could do it either way, but you'll have less errors in your work if you do it with less numbers on the bottom, because then you won't have to remember to add that many more zeros. So we have 257 times 81. So again, I'm going to start with my green because I'm going to make that my 1's place value. Start with the 1. 1 times 7 is 7. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 2 is 2. I did not have to carry any of those numbers, so it's just 257. And then I'm going to go to the 10's place, which is the 8. 8 times 7. Oh, do not forget your 0. So first thing I do is put my 0 down there, and then I do 8 times 7, which is 56. 8 times 5, which is 40, but I have to add that 5, so it's 45. 8 times 2, and then I do 8 times 4. Add it up, and I get 20,817. Finally, the last one. So I'm going to start in my 1's again. I've got 7. 7 times 9, 7 times 8, 7 times 7, 7 times 2, and I get my partial product of 19,523. Now this one's kind of tricky because their second digit is a 0. You could do 0 times all those numbers and don't forget your place value, but honestly you do not have to write that step unless it helps you just line up your digits and remember for the second time you need 2 zeros. So I'm going to go, I already went and showed it with it, but on the example in the video, I'm just going to go to the 4. And when you're in that, so this is the 1's, the 7, the 0 is in the tenths, the 4 is in the hundreds. How many numbers, or how many zeros are after 100? 1, 2. So I'm going to need 2 zeros here. 1, 2. Then I can start multiplying. 4 times 9, 4 times 8, 4 times 7, 4 times 2, and you'll get your partial product. Add them up, and your final answer is right here. And then there's a word problem that's going to be on the progress check. Pickerington's soccer team is having t-shirts made for each member of the girls' soccer team. The t-shirts cost $14 each. There are 42 athletes buying the t-shirts. The soccer team bought 45 pairs of socks for $12 each. How much money will the shirts and socks cost all together? So this is a 2-step problem because first we need to know how much do the t-shirts actually cost? So I'm going to highlight that. So they're buying it for $14. Oh, that is not the highlighter. So the t-shirts cost $14 each, and then there's 42 athletes. So that's our first step. We need to know how much t-shirts and how much the cost of the t-shirts and how much athletes is going to be in total. So over here is where I did that problem. I did 42 times 14, and there's my work. Just don't forget your 0 when you multiply. And then the next part of this question is the soccer team then bought 45 pairs of socks for $12 each. So we're going to have to solve that right here. So I just did 45 times 12. Don't forget your 0. Add them together. And then the last thing they ask is how much does it cost all together? So the reason this question is so hard is because it is multi-step. You have to figure out 2 things before you can just do the all together. And it's tricky because some of you are probably just going to go 14 plus 12. And you cannot do that because that's only for 1 t-shirt and 1 pair of socks. They want to know how much it costs for 42 t-shirts and 45 pairs of socks. So just think, when you are buying a large amounts of something for maybe your team or an activity that you're in outside of school, how would you solve that? And so you're going to take that price and multiply it by however many times you're going to buy it. So we did that. The last step, we just add them together. And then the shirts and socks will cost $1,128 altogether. So if maybe you did a fundraiser, that's how you know how much money it's all going to cost when you have the actual money, or how much money you need to raise. Maybe you need to raise $1,128. I hope this progress check review was helpful. If you have any questions, just let us know. Have a great day.